What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? This is your boy Is Nefarious, and I am back for another episode following the Chicago White Sox and our rebuild here in Chicago. We are 8-6. We're calling it a rebuild, but right now, second place, 8-6. We are one game behind the Guardians. Can we keep pace? We still got to do some scouting, but we got some storylines we got to talk about. Some big storylines that are happening with this team. Number one, taking a look at the lineup, you got Lewis Robert Jr. with a 377, a 5 home runs, 7 RBIs. He has a 1 WAR so far. That's the one above replacement. He has a 1 for a WAR already. He's striking out at a 22% clip, which is not bad. His ISO power is at 321, the isolated power, and he's created 15.6 runs already in the season. And where that puts him in the league is he's a top 5 guy in WAR right now. As you can see, at number 5, you got Lewis Robert, who is actually tied for number 4 with Isaac Paredes. So he is performing really, really well. He's also got 5 home runs, which is tied for number 4 in the league. So the 5 home runs also being up there, but he is playing really, really well. So we've made some lineup changes with that being said. We moved Benintendi up to the first slot, and one of the main reasons for that is, like I said, we're going to be stats based, and he's got a 0.5 WAR, he's got a 10.6% walk percentage, but he's got a 13.6 percentage on the strikeout rate. So he's not going to be striking out a lot. He's going to be fouling off a lot of pitches, taking walks and things like that, and we want him to pretty much set the table for us. So we're going to move Benintendi to the number 1 slot in our lineup. Lewis Roberts going to stay behind him. We're not going to touch him. We got Nick Matton going up to the number 3 slot, and the reason we did that is he's another guy. The on-base percentage is at 370, slugging's at 452. It's not phenomenal, but he's another guy that we're kind of putting him in a place to get on base for somebody. He's got 24.1 K percentage, and he walks the K's at 0.77, so he's walking at a good clip. But he's a guy that will get on base for Andrew Vaughn, who I can't show you the statistic without going to that actual player statistics, but he is actually doing a really good job as that guy that brings in runs. So far, he's got a 259 average. He's only got 2 home runs. He's got 10 RBIs. He's got 8 walks. He's also getting on base pretty well. The slugging percentage is pretty good. The WAR is negative, but we're not too worried about that right now. I want to show you. I'm going to go to the player statistics so I could actually show you. So Andrew Vaughn right now is our best after Austin Slater, who's only batted 13 times, so it's kind of tough to say how good he is with runners in scoring position. But Andrew Vaughn in 54 at-bats with runners in scoring position, he is 7 for 16 for a clip of 437. So he's performing really well with runners in scoring position, so that's why he's up there. And Nick Matton, who we put in the 3rd slot, is actually the 2nd best if you're including guys that have more than 20 at-bats or have 10 plus at-bats with runners in scoring position. As you can see here, 16 for Vaughn, and you got 13 for Matton, who's batting 231. You got 400 from Lee, but he's only got 5 at-bats, and then you only got 6 at-bats from Slater. So we made those couple of changes to the lineup, but we've also decided to give more playing time to Travis Jankowski, who's batting 333. He's more of what we want in the outfield. Great fielding, has good speed, and the ability to steal bases. So he's exactly what we want back there in the outfield. So we're going to have him start against both righties and lefties, and have Michael Taylor and Austin Slater mostly be platoon. Austin Slater does sneak in against left-handed pitching because Nick Matton is a left-handed bat, and we want to kind of switch him off and protect him a little bit. But those are some of the lineup changes that we've had. Some other storylines that we really have to pay attention to goes with the rotation. Is Sean Burke going to be able to keep this up? Is he a ace for us? He's 2-0 in 20 innings pitched. He's got a 0.90 ERA and a 0.90 WHIP. Taking a look at his WAR so far, he's at a 0.8. So he is playing like an ace so far. We love it. Jonathan Cannon also with a 159, performing really well. Martin's got a 270. You got 352 from Perez, and then Shane Smith is the other guy to keep an eye on potentially after this week if he has another bad start after his third time through the rotation. It might be time to bring in Vazil or Wilson into the rotation, or another chance is we could trade for somebody. And we got a couple of guys that we're interested in that we'll talk about with storylines, and then we also got a guy in the AAA that could potentially make his way to the major leagues. Some of the other storylines we got to pay attention to is the closer debate. So we got Penn Murphy, who has a 0 ERA and 8.2 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, a 0.23 WHIP. In the 8.2 innings pitched, he's only allowed 1 hit. He's got 7, like I said, he's got 7 strikeouts, only one walk. I was walk. I don't know what I'm saying there. Only 1 walk. And he's also got 4 holds, no blown saves, and been pitching really, really well. Clevenger, on the other hand, he has a 2.35 ERA, not too bad, a 0.91 WHIP, and 7.2 innings pitched, but he has 2 blown saves already on 8 attempts. So that's 2 other wins we could have had on the board that he kind of, ruined for us. He's got 3 walks and 7 innings pitched, so the walks are terrible right now, and he doesn't even have a bad walk per 9 rating. So interesting that he's not pitching crazy good, but not too bad where we're going to move him yet. So Penn Murphy, we're going to keep an eye on him. If he continues to pitch well and Clevenger continues to blow saves, that could be another change. We'll keep an eye on Bryce Wilson and Mike Vasil. Maybe one of them take over in the starting rotation. And also, there's another man that could come up and actually take over in the starting rotation, and his name is Yaro Iriarte, who we actually pitched with in the AAA. And so far this season, he's got 19 innings pitched. He's 1-0 in 3 games started. He's got 3 home runs given up. 7 walks is pretty high for the stat line with 19 innings pitched. Definitely want to see that number come down. A 2.84 ERA and a 1.21 WHIP. So he could potentially be called up and be that next starter. So there's options there. The other starting pitching storyline we got to pay attention to is Schultz, Taylor, and Hagen Smith. All 3 of these pitchers, our big 3 in the pitching prospects, are performing really well in the AA. Hagen Smith, not so much. In 2 games, he's got a 3.75 ERA. He does have 15 strikeouts and 12 innings pitched. He has given up only 1 home run. He does have 2 walks. Taking a look at Grant Taylor, he's got a 1.50 ERA and 12 innings pitched. He has 6 strikeouts. He's more of a pitch to contact type of guy. And then Noah Schultz, 15 strikeouts and 12 innings pitched, a 1.42 ERA and a 0.87 WHIP, which is pretty damn good. And he's got a 0.5 WAR right now. And then when it comes to Grant Taylor, he's got a 0.4, and you got a 0.4 for Hagen Smith. So that's another storyline to keep paying attention to. How well will these pitching prospects be? If they continue, they could be up into the AAA by mid-season. And that's not the only way. That's not the only prospect news, I should say, that we have. Our total prospect news, going through everybody that we have. We already talked about the big 3. You got Kyle Teal, who is tearing up the AAA right now with a 326 average, a 380 OBS, 435 slugging percentage, and a 0.5 WAR. The only reason he's not up right now is our catchers in the major leagues have not played out of their position, or played bad enough where we have to make the move, where Kyle Teal should be called up. Now there could be a case if Kyle Teal continues these numbers and we're 2 months in, he could force our hand. in some way, shape, or form. Maybe we even trade somebody out. Colson Montgomery, another guy in the AA, absolutely tearing it up, and we are going to make the early move to get him up to AAA. We'll have to make some roster moves, but we're going to get him up to the AAA. 346 or 393 OBP. He's got a slug percentage of 577, OPS of 970. He's got a 0.3 WAR. He definitely deserves to be called up based on his play. Definitely outplaying his competition. Caro's been okay. Been really good, actually. I thought I said okay, but really good. 385 or 429 OBP. Slugging percentage 423. OPS 852. The only reason he wouldn't get called up, though, is because he would be kind of, sat down because Kyle Taylor's there. Like, unless we put him as a DH, that could always be a possibility. But Colin Montgomery doesn't really have somebody in front of him blocking the way. Other than that, nobody else to really talk about. You do have Mydroth, who's got a 300 batting average. We already talked about Iriarte, and some other guys. I would say there was a center fielder that was performing really well. We'll go back to the lineups and we'll take a look from there. Oscar Colas, who's playing really, really well right now. He's got a 333, 385 on base percentage, a 521 slugging, and a 905 OPS and a 0.5 WAR. So he's another guy to keep an eye on. So some of these prospects, really performing well, it could potentially force our hand to call them up into AAA, the MLB, and things like that. With Kyle Teal, sooner rather than later, we'll see how this MLB catching duo does. Matt Dice is been pretty good. Taking a look at his stats, at 286, he's got a 419 OBP, which is beautiful. I mean, exactly what we want. A slugging of 400 and OPS of 819. Taking a look at his WAR, he's got a WAR of 0.5, so he's doing exactly what we need. Nothing too crazy, not striking out a ton, 25% on that. Taking a look at Corey Lee as well, he's got a 400 average with limited attempts, only 15 batting attempts so far, 437 OBP, slugging 400 for 837. And then taking a look at his WAR right now, he's got a 0.3 WAR. So we got two catchers who are doing their job, so that's why we're not really forced to make a move. You also got Michael Taylor, who is at a 100 average. He's somebody to keep an eye on. Brooks Baldwin is struggling mightily. He's somebody to keep an eye on. Do we send him down at this point? He is 24, and at bats like this could hinder his development. So let's take a look at our shortstop position, because we just talked about moving Montgomery up to AAA. But do we move Baldwin down to AAA at this point? That is always an option. And then we could call up somebody else. I don't know who exactly we would call up. Taking a look at the lineup, we got a shortstop, a catcher, and two outfielders. We would probably call up somebody that plays the infield position, somebody that plays multiple positions, maybe somebody like Bobby Dahlbeck. He could play second base, third base, and shortstop, but he's also been struggling in AAA with a 178, so we're not going to make that move. You got Mydroth, who could get called up, who's been performing really well. He could play shortstop and third base. The only thing he can't play is first base, and Brooks Baldwin can't play first base as it is anyway, so Mydroth could see a call up soon. We'll probably give him until the end of the month. We'll probably give Montgomery until the end of the month as well. It's a little too early to make these hasty decisions. Let him keep developing, but Brooks Baldwin is definitely somebody to keep an eye on. Nick Mattin, it says he's cold, but I don't think so. I love the on-base percentage being at 370. The slugging percentage is good. He's got a good strikeout and walk rate when it comes to the amount of times that he's played. He does have 3 home runs as well, and like I said, he's got a decent runners in scoring position. I know we're grasping at straws basically because we don't have a lot of good outside of Lewis Robert Jr., but it is good compared to the rest of the team. So we're ready to look at the scouting. So I just wanted to talk about those storylines, and I said we're ready to look at the scouting, but there's one more storyline. I just forgot about it. There's a few trades we're going to be looking at. moving forward, depending on how things go. Nick Lodolo is interesting. He's got a 0.92. He's got a good walk per nine at 68. His WAR right now is a 0.3. He could add another left-handed arm into that rotation, because right now we only have the one in the starting rotation, and that is Martin Perez. So he could add another option for a left-handed arm in that rotation. So he's one guy to keep an eye on. You also have, as I messed up right there, you also have other guys that we're really interested in. You got Hunter Harvey, who could come in and help out the bullpen. He would be a great addition. Could potentially end up being our starter. Not our starter, our closer, I should say. A 0.75 ERA, could come in and take the closing role away from Clevenger. He's an option. You also got a couple outfield options. One being, I think I went past him, or did I not go past him yet? I think I went past him. Yeah, so, Yesteri Ruiz. Yesteri Ruiz, who fits exactly what we want. You look at that speed, 92 speed, 99 steal, 99 base running aggressiveness. He's got a good arm. He's okay in the fields. We would like that to be better, but he's also 26. Bad 261, on base of 320, 391 slugging percentage. He's not going to be, the guy that goes out there and hits bombs for us a hit and gets doubles and triples. We just want him to get on base and steal us some bases. The K percentage is down. He's only had 23 at bats. I was going to say batting attempts, but he's only had 23 at bats, 4% K percentage, and the walk percentage is at 8%, and he's getting 2 walks per K. So you like some of that stuff. He's created 2.9 runs. Obviously, you hope that would get a little bit better. He's one of the outfield options, and also the other outfield option that we were looking at was Eli White. Eli White is somebody who fits exactly what we want. You take a look at that speed, that steal, and that aggressiveness. He's got great fielding and great reaction, got a good arm. He doesn't have a great bat, but he's, a good fielding option. In the 2 games he's played, he hasn't made a hit yet, so that's not a good look. He's not striking out, at least. He's got 0.0 on the K percentage. Did he even have at-bats? He had 0 at-bats in that time. So we don't got a lot to work with him. Not a lot of at-bats to really get a idea of how much he's striking out and how effective he is with the bat. But he has the fielding and the speed we want. And could potentially be a pinch runner off the bench. And then the last guy we really wanted to talk about was Sir Anthony Dominguez, who is a relief pitcher, another guy that could come in and potentially be a closer for us. He has great pitch and clutch at 97. He's got 1 hold so far, no blown saves. He has a 5.40 ERA, so it's not as beautiful as Hunter Harvey right now. His K per 9's at 630, his walks per 9 at 360. So those 2 numbers, that especially at walks per 9, is something you have to worry about. But his walks per 9 rating isn't that bad, but you definitely don't want him walking as much batters as he is right now. So, those are a few guys to keep an eye on that we could potentially make moves for. Now it's time to jump into scouting. So let's go ahead and jump into scouting. We're at 90% for Cam Cochran, who was the first guy we wanted to take a look at. A 81 to 92 potential, 66 to 77 on the overall, so he's going to be close to ready, and we were looking at him to potentially be our second baseman of the future. As you can see, as his future numbers, his fielding is going to get to 88 to 99. You got a reaction time of 85 to 96. He doesn't have a great arm, but as a second baseman, we don't need a great arm. And you could take a look at that speed, 77 to 88 and 88 to 99 stealing. He's already at 88 to 99 stealing when it comes to his attributes right now. So definitely a high floor. I don't know how high the ceiling would be. Not gonna get a lot of pop from him, but seems pretty good. You also have Cliff Franco, who's at 85 to a 96 and a 65 to a 76 overall. So another guy really interesting, great fielding, could get up to 90 in the future based on the current scouting. Not going to have a lot of speed, but has good pop against left-handers, has good discipline, and good vision. So a couple of things that we really look for in a bat. So he's got up to 90% scouting. We're going to give him maybe a couple more days, or actually we'll... At 90%, I don't think we need to continue scouting them. You got a third base, left field, secondary positions. You got a shortstop, secondary position there. We could potentially move some stuff around, and we discovered one prospect on the outfield. So let's take a look at the prospects we could get scouted now. So you got Zach Decker, who's got good power, or should have good power numbers, good fielding numbers. Doesn't really have the plate discipline and not really the prototypical first baseman that we're looking for. Taking a look, you got Isaiah Williams. He's going to be really good speed. He's another guy we could move to second base. So let's take a look at him. Let's switch those two. As we get... We're going to go over to the second prospect. We're going to change this. So we got an idea of what Cochran's going to be as he moves to fifth on our board, third in the full MLB draft. We're not really interested in starting pitchers right now. We got plenty of those. We got Kellenberger, who's another guy that should get a lot of speed, good vision, really good vision, great fielding, another potential second baseman. But let's see if we could take a look at somebody else. Justin Devine, 6'3" outfielder. Not going to get crazy good at fielding, so not really exactly what we're looking for, but great speed, up to 99 speed. So maybe him. You got Billy Meeks, who's a 5'10" outfielder. He's going to have good arm strength, great speed, and great ceiling. Could definitely be the exact guy we're looking for offensively. You got Daryl Pena, who's going to have a crazy arm and really good speed. He's going to have really bad discipline and vision, though. That's not good. Billy Meeks, 18 years old. His discipline and vision is okay. Same thing with Divine. So you got a few options there. You got Anaya. We're not really interested in the shortstop, but look at those numbers on the right-hand side. 99 strength on the arm strength. Great fielding. Could move to third base at 6'1", 200 pounds. Doesn't really have the pop for it, but has everything else we're looking for. So let's go ahead and scout Anaya. I think that's a good position to scout. We might leave the discovery of outfielders and international for Velasquez for one more week. So we'll leave that. Finalized scouting plan. That'll be the scouting plan going into this week. And now it's time to jump into the sim. And we're not going to move anybody up. We're just going to continue simming, and we'll jump in here and there to high leverage situations when we can, as we already got one home team down by one runner on base, and we're in the bottom of the 10th. Let's jump into this and let's see if we can get us a win. And first up, Andrew Vaughn with one down. He's a runners in scoring position type of guy so far this season. As we take the first strike, he's been really good, like I said, our best with runners in scoring position. Oh, we really didn't think we would get a meatball right down the middle. It's our first game of the day. And we strike out. Good start. All right, Miguel Vargas. Can he knock in the tie-in run? Oh, that was a hanging slider. That was our chance there. Just a little bit late. I'm surprised that we were a little late on that timing. A slider now way too early. Really having a tough time timing things right now. I don't know what it is. At least we did not swing for that. And we take a cutter for strike 3. Oh man, definitely didn't see the ball well at all there. So we get a loss. You get a loss, that ain't the end of the world. Definitely weren't ready to step into that situation. So lose the first one there. We get another high leverage situation. It's 3-3, top of the 10th. You got a guy at first and second. 2 runners on base. Let's see if we can get him out of it. We do have a custom set for the simulation where we jump into a lot of games. So we got a lot of high leverage type stuff. So you got Brandon Iser on the mound with 2 runners on and only 1 down. Can we get the double play? Double play is what we need here. High fastball, and we don't get the call. Going low with the fastball now. There we go. Gonna go inside. Don't get the call, so 3-1. We're in danger of loading the bases here in the top of the 10th. Change up, beautiful change up. Can we get him with the curveball? 3-2 curveball. A little early. Foul ball. Alright, let's see if we can get the fastball in here. And we don't get the call. That was very close. Very, very close. So bases loaded. We got the right-hander coming up. He's only batting 185, so we're not too scared of him. But at some point, something's got to give, so he might be due for one. As we hang a curveball, it's going deep. It is gone. A grand slam. We hung a curveball, and they took us yard. Oh, man. White Sox fans are not happy right now. And we don't even have a meter anymore. That's how rattled we are. That is how rattled we are. Ooh, we got good there. That's crazy. But we do get one out. Not a good job by us there, stepping in. So far, we're 0 for 2 in helping out this game. With these jump-ins. As he fouls that one off. Then the 2-1 changeup. Ooh, pull the string on him. And we hang a changeup, and that is going to be smoked into the bleachers. Oh, man. We are making fans at home real upset. So we gotta bring in somebody else. Bring him in the game. He's gonna be cold, but it's cool. Should have had him warming up already. Could have left lefty on lefty for one more at bat, but we just got creamed on that pitch. Go ahead and try to backdoor this cutter one more time. There it is. All we need is one more out. Game's out of hand, but I could at least go to the dugout and talk to coach and be like, how'd I do, coach? Then be like, oh, well, we're down 8-3 now. And I'll be like, yeah, well, I got 3 outs, didn't I? As we jam him up with a cutter. Gonna go out to left. Easy play by the shortstop. Going to the bottom of the 10th. No, we're not gonna finish playing. Oh man, that was terrible. So go ahead and exit the post game. Definitely not helping the team. So we dropped 2 straight to the Athletics. Hate to see that. We got bases loaded. And we're down by 1. Let's enter this game. We got a lot of high leverage situations on, and we're jumping in pretty often. I'm not too mad at it. So Brooks Baldwin up. 2 outs, bases loaded, we're down by 1. Oh, that was the pitch. Brooks had the pitch and we just missed it. We were a little too early. Oh, man. Take that one. We are playing on a Hall of Fame, for anybody wondering. Oh, Brooks missed that one too. We were just a little early too. That wasn't even bad timing. Is that gonna drop? It drops into left. That's gonna be a run. Could it be 2? Yes, it can. 2 runs, baby. I'm surprised they didn't go. I have auto base running on. So 2 runs. Brooke Baldwin with a great job there getting us that run. A run we needed plus another to give us a lead. We got Jankowski, who's batting 286 so far this season, facing a bad cutter. Another one, the slider getting us. Those inside pitches with a lot of break, starting over the plate and then jamming us up in our hands. As we get another pitch, and that one's going to drop. So we got first and second, added a couple runs. We needed this. Jacob Amaya coming up. He's batting second right now. Somebody must have been tired. He would be batting for... Yeah, we definitely took that. I don't know why he's batting second. I don't even... As we fight it off to second base, that's going to be an easy play. But we get 2 runs, no, 3 runs on that. So we're able to set us up, and hopefully we come out with a win, and we do come out with a win. Take a look at the box score. I want to see the lineup. Why is our lineup like that? What is going on? Oh, let's exit this post game. We should be taking care of our lineup ourselves. I gotta take a look at the settings. Alright, the lineup hasn't been touched, so I don't know what's going on there, but we'll count it as a one-off game. So we got Boston. Let's get through this series. We're getting offered a trade. The Red Sox are offering us something. Walker Buehler for Andrew Vaughn. We're gonna deny that. We're okay for now. Andrew Vaughn's been a lot better than we expected. We're 2-0 against Boston in this series. We lose that game and then we lose. So we went 2-2. We split that series. We're sitting here at 12-10. We got a chance to enter a game. Let's go ahead and enter. This is really going to be a slower type series. So you're going to see me play a lot. You're going to see us try to compete. We're not going to sit here and tank. I'm gonna get to the playoffs if we can. That was a good curveball. Andrew Vaughn, 3 for 4 in this game. And he's batting 385 with runners in scoring position. As we smoke one up the middle. Can we score on that? We're gonna give it a chance. Oh, we were way too aggressive. I'm gonna ignore the pinch runner. It's only the... Oh no, it's the top of the 9th. As we fight a curveball that could have been destroyed. Oh man, I can't believe we got that out. We shouldn't have sent him home. Got Robert on second. As we smoke one to center. But that's going to be an easy play. Kept hanging curveballs. I'm going to return to simulating. We got another high leverage situation. We already gave up 2... No, we got 2 runs. And we could get a save here. So let's jump into this. Clevenger trying to get the save in the bottom of the 11th. Put one over for strike 1. High fastball, strike 2. Can we close this out? Get us the victory. And he chases a circle change that was a little out of the zone. See if he chases this fastball inside. Leaves it alone. And we're going to go back to the circle change down low. We leave it over the middle of the plate and he just watches it, thankfully, because that could have been dangerous. Now we got to deal with Carlos Correa. That cutter is slow, 83 miles per hour. It's more like a slider at that speed. But he does have a slider. Don't get him on the slider. He hasn't even swung once. Can we get him on a circle change inside? We do. That should be an easy play for the second baseman. It is, and there's the game. So we get the save and we get the win. Division win, which is even better at the end of the day. Anytime you can win in the division, those are the best. So moving on from that game, we get another situation. Let's jump into it. We do jump in pretty often. Maybe we do change it, but we'll see how it goes. So we got first and second, 2 down, top of the 9th. We're down by 1, and we got Andrew Benintendi up. He's gonna loft it out to center. That's gonna be an easy play. Just missed that as we lose the second game. After this week, we got to take a look at our scouting. Actually, we missed out on our scouting. We should have already took a look. So let's go ahead. Our scouting's locked for the week, so we can't touch that. Let's continue our sim then. Beating the A's, which is huge. We're going to enter the game. We got a high leverage situation. Well, not a high leverage. We got a player highlight situation. We got 2 home runs so far with said player. I'm going to see if we can make it 3. Andrew Benintendi with 2 home runs so far. Why is he batting third? Are they changing it? Like, is the sim lineup different every single time? Oh, as we are way too early on that. Oddly enough, every single time Benintendi's batting third. I don't know why. And he just misses that. Fastball got in on us. Not a lot of fans. Nope, we'll simulate the rest. So we get a win there. I think that was a game to go up 2. Yeah, so 2-0 in this series. Let's go ahead and mess with our scouting. So we got Isaiah Williams up to 100%. What is he looking like? The number 70 prospect. So somebody we could probably take late, but he's rated pretty high. A 50 to 62 in B potential. As you can see though, that fielding's going to get up there, that stealing's going to get up there. So definitely interested maybe late if we don't get our guy early. Taking a look at Williams, he's down to around 61 on our rank. Has a great arm, decent fielding. The speed's going to be close to 99. He's already got great speed. 85%. We're gonna switch out and find somebody else because we need to find out. Edit the scouting assignment. Let's go outfield, but I want you to go west. Let's go west for this one. I'm gonna change this guy. So what do we got to look at? Already took a look at Cochran. You got Emilio Lopez. I mean, we could go for a pitcher, but I feel like it'd be overkill with the amount of pitchers we already have. You got Clevenberger, who's interesting and could potentially be a second baseman. So let's go ahead and scout him. And let's change out Isaiah Williams. Who do we got to change out Isaiah Williams to? We got Divine, who we know is going to be very speedy, could potentially be a top pick, ranked 20th in the MLB, but we have him 8th. Is there anybody high ranked that we have pretty low in our rankings, or pretty far in our rankings? You got Blanco, who is number 9. Doesn't look like anybody else. So let's go back a little bit. Probably gonna do an outfielder here. You got Billy Meeks. Let's do Billy Meeks because he's exactly what we're looking for on the base path. So let's do that. Finalize this week's scouting plan. Sim this game. We Slater needs a triple to hit for the cycle. We're gonna simulate to the end. We're actually gonna change that. We're gonna take off the enter player highlights moments. We'll just do the leverage. We'll turn down the leverage to just about high. You get 62 games or 45. I think 45 is a good number for season 1. Get an offer from the Dodgers. Clayton Kershaw for Edgar Quero. And we're not interested in that. I could tell you that much. Now we got the Milwaukee Brewers to finish out the month. Player highlight, you got Maya, who's got a 13 game hitting streak on the line. Let's do that. I thought we just changed our player highlights to off, but I guess we still have those on. Now, can we save his hitting streak? He's been 337 so far this season. Down the line, that is gonna do it. Perfect. We get him a hit. Keep his hitting streak alive. I love it. We're the best. Gonna return to simulating. We ended up losing this game, so that doesn't help. But Martin Perez gave up 8 runs in an inning and a third. You love to see that. All right, so after a month, we are 16 and 14, 3 games out of first place. We got a struggling double A player in Wilfred Veras. I was going to say Vargas. He's struggling. Triple A, you got Eater, who's struggling with an 827. You got a double A player in Edgar Quero, who's batting 365, driving in 7 and 63 at bat, so he's forcing his way. Mydroth has a 342 and 73 at bats, driving in 15 runs, so he potentially could make it to the MLB here soon. You got Noah Schultz with a 105 in April. Oh my, he is on fire. You got a 0 ERA from James Karakak, I believe. That's how you're gonna pronounce that. Punching out 12 innings and 10 innings pitched. So you got a few guys just completely on fire. So I wanted to get to the end of the month. Obviously, we'll take a look at everything that's going on with this team. But right now, 16 and 14, just outside of first place, 3 games behind after 1 month. Definitely some ways we can improve. We'll take a look at the lineup. We'll start the next episode with some of the storylines that we're going to keep an eye on, and give some updates on the storylines. Actually, let's talk about the updates on the storylines. Yeah, next episode. We'll talk about it next episode. Potentially make a trade, but so far so good. 16 and 14 is not the end of the world. Definitely overperforming what I think our lineup and potential should be, but we got plenty of time to make this team better, and we got plenty of prospects that will make this team better. But that's gonna do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you are, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm His Nefarious, and I am out of here.